Alfie Solomons. Every other person Tommy Shelby meets, he reads within 30 seconds. Body language, status signals. The tells people don't know they're giving. Tommy is exceptionally good at this. Alfie Solomons breaks the system. Tommy can't read him, and Tommy knows it. The chaos is the system.
I'm here to discuss business with you, Mr. Solomons.
Whoa! Mum was for fun and f***ing in it, so whiskey, that is business.
What this is about isn't whether Alfie is crazy. He's not. What this is about is the specific way he manufactured confusion as a strategic position and built a career on the fact that nobody could prepare for a man they couldn't model.
People, right? You hunted my mum with dogs.
4 things he does, all of them deliberate, none accidental. 1, why the chaos isn't chaos. 2, what his speeches are actually doing. 3, how he uses identity as something nobody will challenge. 4, why his betrayals are the most honest thing about him. Chaos architecture. Tommy walks into that first meeting with a plan. He wants rum, he wants a deal, he has leverage ready, he has a read prepared. He's done this 1,000 times.
All right.
But what would you like, brown or what?
Try the brown.
Brown, all right.
And then Alfie starts talking, not about the deal, not about Tommy, about something else, then something else. The topics don't connect. The tone shifts constantly, serious, then amused, then offended, then threatening, maybe.
They said I shot you already, right? In the f***ing face. And the bullet goes bone, mush, bone cabinet over there. Which is a shame, innit? Because that cabinet's f***ing now and I've got to get shot of it.
And while that's happening, something important is slipping. Tommy stops focusing on his position. He starts trying to figure out Alfie. That's the shift. That's chaos architecture. Most people project clarity. Alfie projects something harder to deal with, unpredictability. Because clarity can be countered, confidence can be challenged. But unpredictability? You can't prepare for something you can't model. And if you can't model someone, you can only react to them. The chaos is controlled. He's not losing the thread. He's taking yours. Confusion is a weapon. The Ramble. Most people misunderstand how Alfie talks. They think the speeches are just personality. They're not. Watch where the conversation ends. He starts somewhere unrelated. A story, a memory, something about God, something about a man you don't know. And slowly, without you noticing, the conversation moves.
Well, in order to qualify as my seconds, right, they would first have to qualify as being Jewish, yeah? And in order to do that, they would have to replace their natural Italian fucking arrogance with a Jewish air of absolute certainty. You see, my good friend Tommy Shelby, he will know the difference.
The listener stops evaluating, starts following, and by the time Alfie arrives at his point, you're already there. That's the Ramble. It's not wandering. It's guided movement. The path looks messy, but the destination never changes. And there's something else. Control. He controls the pace. He controls the rhythm. And the person who controls the rhythm of a conversation controls more than most people realize.
Look, Alfie. How many more bookies worked Epps this last May? None. None. Not one.
We've all experienced this. A conversation that ended somewhere we didn't plan to go. The best operators don't push you there. They walk you there. He always knew where he was going. You just didn't. Sacred ground. There's a moment that repeats itself. Someone challenges Alfie, pushes back, gets aggressive, tries to dominate. And Alfie changes the conversation. He brings in God, his identity, his history, his people, and suddenly, everything shifts. Because now, it's not just business. It's something else. Something heavier, harder to navigate. Most people won't challenge identity, not because they agree, because they don't know how to. The rules change. And when the rules change, they lose their footing. That's sacred ground.
By my own God, for abusing a very holy day to get you clinked up and battered, which I did.
And it only works because it's real. This isn't performance. His faith runs through everything he does, which makes it impossible to dismiss. You can argue with a position, but a man's God? That's different territory. Controlled betrayal. Alfie betrays Tommy. People die. Tommy finds him, gun in hand, and Alfie doesn't run, doesn't beg. He explains. And here's the uncomfortable part. The explanation makes sense, not morally, logically. He told Tommy what he was. He never pretended to be loyal. The possibility of betrayal was always there. Tommy knew, and continued anyway. That's controlled betrayal.
Margate, right here I am.
Alfie,
Come on, Tommy.
look at me.
You know, it's an honourable reason now to pull that trigger, so why
Alfie,
don't you
look
pull
at
it,
me.
mate? Get on with it.
Alfie doesn't fake loyalty. He defines the terms early, clearly. So when the betrayal comes, it doesn't come from nowhere. It was built into the relationship, disclosed in advance, not the act, the nature of the man. There's something brutally honest about that, more honest than people who promise loyalty and break it anyway. On that beach, Alfie already knew he was dying. Cancer. He knew how it ended.
It's fucking cancer, mate. Yeah. Riddled with it. Doctor told me I might have picked it up in France from the gas or something.
The betrayal wasn't just strategy. It was closure, control, even at the end. He never pretended to be loyal, which made him the most honest man in the room. Where the system breaks, the system works, and it costs him everything outside of it. Because to stay unpredictable, he has to stay unreadable. And if nobody can read you, nobody really knows you. Tommy comes closest. Two men who recognize something in each other, but never fully trust it. The beach scene is the clearest moment. No performance, no chaos, just truth. And Tommy shoots him, because that's the relationship they built. Total honesty and a bullet.
Alfie!
A system built on opacity guarantees isolation. You can't be fully known and fully unreadable at the same time. He made himself impossible to understand, and in doing that, made himself unreachable. Who runs this on you? You've met someone like this, the person you can't quite figure out, the one whose conversations go everywhere, and still land exactly where they want, the one who does things that should end the relationship, but don't. The chaos isn't random, it's built. And the fact that you're still trying to understand them, that's the system working. The counter isn't more analysis. That only pulls you deeper in. The counter is simple. Know what you want. Hold it. No matter where the conversation goes, because the system only works if you let go of your position. Conclusion. Alfie comes back blind, dying. And within minutes, he's still the most dangerous person in the room.
Life is so much easier to deal with when you are dead.
Hello, Alfie.
Because this isn't power. It's a system, internalized, effortless, always running. 4 signals: chaos architecture, confusion as strategy, the ramble, narrative as control, sacred ground, identity as leverage, controlled betrayal, honesty as framing. If someone shows all 4, the chaos isn't who they are, it's what they built. Alfie Solomons faced death and still controlled the conversation. The most dangerous person in any room isn't the one with the weapon. It's the one you still can't figure out.